whole thing multiplied by u of n minus 1. U of n minus 1. This is 1 by 4 and 1 by 4 to the power of n, 1 by 4 to the power of minus 1 into u of n minus 1. So we can combine 1 by 4 to the power of n into minus 1. We can combine and we can make it as n minus 1. And 1 by 4 is the extra term we can take outside here. So I'll rewrite the all the terms. I'm going to multiply exponential for the individual terms here. So 1 by 4 into 1 by 2j will become 1 by 8j. 1 by 8j. The remaining terms I'm going to multiply e to the power of j pi n divided by 4 into, so 1 by 4 to the power of n minus 1 into u of n minus 1. So this is the first term we have here, minus the rest of the terms here, minus e to the power of minus j pi n by 4 into 1 by 4 to the power of n minus 1 into u of n minus 1. So whole thing multiplied by 1 by 8j. Whole thing multiplied by 1 by 8j. Okay. Now we'll evaluate the step by step. First, I'm going to apply the time shift property. First, I'll find out the generalized one. So this is in terms of a to the power of n into u of n. The DTFT of a to the power of n into u of n. Let us apply the DTFT of this one. Then apply the time shift property. Then apply the frequency shift property. Okay. So I'll consider the DTFT of a to the power of n. So we know that the DTFT of a to the power of n is nothing but, so it is alpha to the power of n into u of n. The DTFT is nothing but 1 divided by 1 minus alpha into e to the power of minus j omega minus j omega. So let us apply that one, and we'll find out the 1 by 4 to the power of n into u of n. Let us find out the DTFT of that one. Let us find the DTFT of 1 by 4 to the power of n into u of n, and later we'll apply the respective properties. Okay, so we'll write. We know that what we know is alpha to the power of n into u of n, the corresponding DTFT is nothing but, so 1 divided by 1 minus alpha into e to the power of minus j omega, e to the power of minus j omega. Now we have in place of alpha, we have 1 by 4 to the power of n into, so u of n is there. So we have here 1 by 4 to the power of n into u of n is there in the given problem. Let us apply that one. So the DTFT corresponding DTFT will become equal to the 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. 1 divided by 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. We'll get. Next, we'll apply the time shift property. So as per the time shift property, we can find out the DTFT of these terms. So let us state the property. So from time shift property, we have. So from time shift property, we have. So what we have is, so that is x of n minus m. If we take the DTFT, so x of n minus m into u of n minus m. Okay, the DTFT I will take here. So the DTFT will become equal to the, so x of e to the power of j omega multiplied by e to the power of j omega into m here. So it is if it is minus is here, we'll get e to the power of minus j omega into m. Correct now? The property is correct. From the time shift property, this is correct now. If it is minus is here, we are going to get the minus e to the power of minus j omega and we'll get here. Correct. Okay. Now we'll consider the DTFT of 1 by 4 to the power of n minus 1 into u of n minus 1. We'll consider u of n minus 1, and we'll apply the property. Apply this one. Hello. Done. Apply this property and get the solution. So if you apply, so as per the it will get, so as per this one, the DTFT of 1 by 4 is nothing but this one, and we need to multiply with the shift here. So it is 1 divided by the DTFT of 1 by 4 to the power of n into u of n is 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega, and the shift is minus 1 is there, so it will become e to the power of minus j, m is nothing but omega, m is nothing but 1, so it will become minus j omega, will get minus j omega. Now what shall we do is, now we applied the property. Now we need to apply the frequency shift property we need to apply, because the shift in the frequency domain is equivalent to the multiplying the exponential term in the time domain. We'll apply the frequency shift property. So we'll take, so this answer we got here. Now let us apply the frequency shift property. So from frequency shift property, we have, from the frequency shift property, we have what we have is, so if I'm going to multiply e to the power of minus j into omega naught into n, if I'm going to multiply here into x of n e to the power minus j omega naught into x of n. Okay, so if you take the DTFT of this one, it has become x of e to the power of j omega minus omega naught will get. So omega plus or omega minus, which one will get? So let us recall the property, which is correct. If it is minus, here minus or plus? I think here plus. So from the property of the DTFT, we have, so we have the property. So frequency property we have. If it is plus, here minus. If it is minus, here we'll get plus here. X of n into e to the power of minus j omega naught n. So it will become this one. If it is plus, here we'll get minus here. So we'll apply the property. So here it will become plus here. And similarly, we have the two terms also there. So plus and minus here, e to the power of j omega naught into n into x of n, the corresponding DTFT will become x of e to the power of j omega minus omega naught, will get omega minus omega naught. So by using this one, we'll consider the DTFT of the remaining terms. So we'll do apply. So what are the remaining terms is there? E to the power of j pi n by 4 into this one, and e to the power of minus j pi n by 4 into the rest of the things. So what we have is e to the power of j pi divided by 4 into n into the remaining quantities 1 by 4 to the power of n minus 1 into u of n minus 1. Okay, so we need to find out the DTFT of this one. So the DTFT of this one is, so e to the power of j omega is there. So replace omega with the corresponding omega naught, which is nothing but pi by 4 here. So it will become omega minus pi by 4 will get omega minus pi by 4. If it is plus, it will become minus here. If it is minus, here it will become plus, will get here. So if it is plus, here it will get minus. If it is minus, here we will get plus. So based on that one, let us apply. So the DTFT of this is e to the power of minus j omega divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. So we need to replace omega with the, omega minus pi by 4 we need to do replace. So it will become wherever omega is there, we are going to replace. So omega minus pi by 4 divided by 1 minus e to the power of, so 1 by 4 is a e to the power of minus j into omega minus pi by 4. In place of omega, we are going to do replace with the omega minus pi by 4. And similarly for the e to the power of minus j pi divided by 4 into n, 1 by 4 to the power of n minus 1 into u of n minus 1, the corresponding DTFT will become e to the power of plus. Okay, so sorry, it is the minus is there, minus e to the power of j into omega plus pi by 4. Since if minus, here will get become plus. So it is in the denominator also will get omega plus pi by 4. Omega plus pi by 4. Done. Now let us combine these two terms. That is combine these two terms. So here we have this minus this one multiplied by 1 by 8j. Therefore, we can write x of e to the power of j omega is equal to 1 divided by 8j into these terms, e to the power of minus j omega minus pi by 4 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into omega minus pi by 4. Okay. So this minus these terms. This is minus is there. Okay. I'm going to write minus here. E to the power minus j omega plus pi by 4 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega plus pi by 4. So this is the DTFT of the corresponding function. By applying the properties, we'll get. Done. Any doubts in this one?
No, sir.
Understood, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So fine. So similarly, I'll find out the one more problem. So by applying properties, we can reduce the calculations like this. So if you are doing this one directly without applying the properties, then it will be difficult. So here we need to combine this one. Here we need to combine n with this one. So it will become e to the power of j pi by 4 into 1 by 4 to the power of n into u of n minus 1 we need to take. And we need to evaluate this one. Okay, so like this we need to evaluate here. So since it is exponential, by applying the properties we can do it here. So direct method also you can do this one. So what you can do is while doing the direct method, so you can take n common, you can take here in this one, n common you can take, and let us apply combine u of n minus 1 formula, and so that the summation is going to begin from 1 to the infinity, it is going to begin, and you can evaluate this one. Okay, so you can try with the direct method. If you are not able to recall the formulas in the exam, you can do that method. So let us go for the one more problem here. So take the problem number 5. So take it is x of n is equal to, so n into 1 by 2 to the power of 1 by 2 to the power of 2n into u of n, 1 by 2 to the power of 2n into u of n. So here we have 1 by 2 to the power of n into 2n into u of n is there. So we don't have any formula in terms of 2n here. So I can make 1 by 2 to the power of 2, I can combine here. So it will become 1 by 4 here. 1 by 4 to the power of n will get. So I can rewrite this one as, we know the exponential series a to the power of b into c can be written as a to the power of b to the power of c we can write here. So it is 1 by 4 to the power of n into u of n we can write. So what are the 2 is it that will be combined here, and we can write as u of n we can write. And first we'll apply the, so since n is there, whenever the n comes in the x of n, so we need to go for the frequency domain differentiation. So since n is there, I'll go for the frequency domain differentiation property. So before that one, let us apply the formula for alpha to the power of n into u of n. Alpha to the power of n into u of n, the DTFT we have seen in the previous problem. So we'll consider that one. So let us consider. So what we'll consider is, we have alpha to the power of n into u of n. Let us consider the DTFT of this one. So that is the thing, 1 divided by 1 minus alpha into e to the power of minus j omega. E to the power of minus j omega. So we'll consider the DTFT of this one. So it is 1 by 4 to the power of n into u of n. So already we have done this problem. Okay, I did this similar kind of problem I did here. So now by applying the properties we are doing. So in place of alpha we have 1 by 4. It will become 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. 1 divided by 1 minus 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. So we got the DTFT of this one. Now the term n is missing here. So in order to evaluate this n, okay, in order to evaluate this n, what we shall we do is, we'll go for the frequency domain differentiation. So we'll consider that one. So from frequency differentiation property, from the frequency differentiation property, so we have, so what we have is, that is minus j into n into x of n, minus j into n x of n, the corresponding DTFT is equal to the d divided by d omega of x of e to the power of j omega, x of e to the power of j omega. So now, so since I'm having only n is there, so what we can do is, so n into x of n, so the dt of t can be taken as, so it is minus 1 by j into d divided by d omega of x of e to the power of j omega. We'll consider. Now, in place of x of n, we have what we have is 1 by 4 to the power of n into. So we have 1 by 4 to the power of n into u of n is there. This terms is there. So let us substitute that one. So it will become n into 1 by 4 to the power of n into, so u of n, the corresponding dt of t is the thing. So minus 1 divided by j into, so it is d divided by d omega of x of e to the power of j omega. We have this one. So we need to differentiate this one. So it is 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. Minus j omega. So it is 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. I'm substituting this value here. Now let us we'll consider the differentiation of these terms and we'll evaluate. We'll substitute in the this formula. So we'll consider the d differentiation of, so 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. So let us apply by using the u by v formula. So the differentiation of the numerator is 0 because it's a constant 1 here. And the differentiation of the denominator, it is 1 multiplied by the differentiation of 1 is 0. And differentiation of e to the power of ax is a into e to the power of ax. So minus into minus will become plus here. So minus 1 by 4 into minus j into e to the power of minus j omega. Minus j omega. So I'll rewrite here. So it is 0 minus the new differentiation of numerator is 0 minus the differentiation of the first term is 0 minus 1 by 4 into minus j e to the power of ax. The differentiation is nothing but a into e to the power of ax. So it is minus j omega because we are differentiating with respect to omega. So the j is the constant here. We are going to write. So divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega, the whole square. So here minus into minus will become plus. So it is j 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega will get. So j divided by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega divided by the whole square. So therefore we'll consider the differentiation of the term. Therefore what we have is, so we got the differentiation of these terms we got here. The remaining quantity is minus 1 by j we need to multiply here. So let us multiply it minus 1 by j with this one. So that will become therefore n into 1 by 4 to the power of n into u of n, the corresponding dt of t is nothing but minus 1 by j into differentiation is nothing but, so j divided by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega divided by 1 minus e to the power of minus j omega, the whole square. So j will get cancelled.
Sanjay,
Good morning, sir.
good morning. Which model?
So fourth model, sir. At the end of the fourth model, we are.
Okay. Now tea ಕುಡಿತಾ ಇದೀವಿ.
Sorry, sir.
Knowledge level ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ?
4 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, sir. Knowledge level.
Thank
4.
you.
Thank you.
Continue.
So now will j terms will get cancelled. So the remaining term is minus 1 by 4 into this one. Therefore, we can write x of e to the power of j omega, that is the dt of t, will be equal to the minus e to the power of minus j omega divided by 4 into 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega, the whole square. So this is the dt of t of n into 1 by 2 to the power of 2n. So right. Done. Any doubts in this problem? Understood, right? Are you able to understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like this we can apply the properties and we can solve the problems. Okay, so it's very simple. But the only thing is that we should know which property we need to apply and which are the terms we have to be used for solving, and so that we can get the things easily, we can do it. So I'll go for the next problem. So let us take the next problem. So take the problem number 6, I guess. Yeah. Take x of n is equal to alpha to the power of n into cos. So it's a omega naught n plus phi. So here omega naught and omega naught is omega naught and omega. There is a difference is there. So omega is what the term we used in the DTFT. So this is omega. Okay, so omega is the frequency domain quantity. Suppose instead of omega, if you have some other terms, means it is a something constant we are going to assume into u of n. Into u of n. So here we have alpha to the power of n cos omega naught n plus phi. Phi is the phase shift here. So this is a phi phi. Other pi is, this is the pi we are going to use. This is pi. This is a Greek word. Okay. So this phi we are going to use for the phase shift here now to represent the phase shift. So we have alpha to the power of n into cos omega naught n phi plus u of n into u of n. So here we can solve this problem by using two methods. One is by applying the frequency shift property and by applying alpha to the power of n into u of n here. So other one is converting the cos into the exponential terms by using the Euler's formula, and we can evaluate this one. So what I'll do is I'm not going to apply the property for this one. I will solve this one by using the direct method by evaluating the formulas. So let us see how the solution we are going to get when compared to the previous problems. In the previous problem, similarly, we have solved this one. Like we have solved the sine function we have done. The solution of the sine function we have done. So similar way, we are going to solve the problem by using the normal time domain method we are going to solve without applying the properties. Let us see how we'll get. Now I'm going to apply the Euler's formula. So it is cos omega naught n plus phi can be written as e to the power of cos theta is e to the power of j theta plus e to the power of minus j theta divided by 2. So it is j omega naught n plus phi minus e to the power of minus j omega naught n plus phi. Okay, so whole thing divided by 2. So this multiplied by u of n. This multiplied by u of n. Okay. Now I'm going to split the alpha for the two different functions. Why? Because here we need to take n is a function of the x of n, but phi is not a function of x of n here. We can treat that as a constant we can treat here. So here plus phi will get here minus phi will get here. So let us evaluate by applying the linearity property. So I'm going to split it here. So we can write this x of n as, so I'm going to take out the e to the power of j phi time I'm going to take separately here. It will become e to the power of j phi into e to the power of j omega naught, the remaining term is omega naught, into alpha. I'm going to multiply and take n common. So simultaneously in the one step I'll do it. So minus e to the power of minus j phi into e to the power of minus j. So e to the power of minus j, it is omega naught minus.
Sir.
Sorry. Yeah.
Cos theta is e power j theta plus c minus j theta. No, sir.
Yeah, plus. Okay, fine. This is plus is there, not minus. Good. Okay, so e to the power of j omega naught n plus 5 is there. So e to the power of minus j omega naught into alpha. Okay, so whole to the power of n will take here. Alpha to the power of 1 into whole to the power of n will take. So this thing divided by 2. This will divide by 2 here. So this is plus. Okay, so make the correction. Very good. So now we'll apply the DTFT of this one. So we'll consider the DTFT x of e to the power of j omega. So the DTFT is summation x of n into e to the power of minus j omega n, e to the power of minus j omega n. Let us split the summation directly, separately. And we have multiplied by 1 by 2z. So I'll write x of e to the power of j omega. So this is equal to 1 by 2 is the constant. So I'm going to split the summation and I'm going to write separately e to the power of j phi is the constant. The remaining terms are summation n is equal to minus infinity plus infinity e to the power of j omega naught into alpha to the power of n into e to the power of minus j omega n plus 1 by 2 into e to the power of minus j phi summation n is equal to minus infinity to the plus infinity. So e to the power of minus j omega naught, e to the power of minus j omega naught into alpha to the power of n into e to the power of minus j omega n. J omega n. Okay. So you can see in this exponential series here also n is there, here also n is there. We can take n common here, n common let us take here, and we'll apply the corresponding property. So, and also I missed one term here, u of n is there, I missed that term. So you can take u of n, the term is missing. So just you can multiply u of n. So here also I'm going to multiply u of n, here also I'm going to multiply u of n. U of n term is missed here, so you can just multiply u of n here, u of n. So here also let us multiply so that we can change the limits of the summation from minus infinity to infinity to the 0 to infinity we can change. So we can take, so we know that u of n is equal to, it is 1 from 0 is less than n is less than infinity, and 0 for n is less than 0, n is less than 0. So now we'll replace the limit. In the meantime, let us take n common among this one and let us apply the corresponding terms. Let us apply. So I'll change the limits of the summation to the 0 to infinity. I'll change. In the meantime, I'll take n common and let us simplify this one. So we'll get x of e to the power of j omega. So this is equal to 1 by 2 into e to the power of j 5. The remaining summation is n is equal to 0 to infinity, 0 to infinity. The terms are, so see, without applying the properties, if you are solving means the number of mathematical calculations will be much more will be there. If you are going to apply the properties, then the number of calculations will reduce. That's the advantage of the properties. See, now we are doing a lot of calculations we are doing here. So e to the power of minus j omega and alpha. So to the power of n, to the power of n. So plus 1 by 2 into e to the power of minus j5 summation n is equal to 0 to infinity. So e to the power of j omega naught. So this is j omega naught into e to the power of minus j omega into alpha whole to the power of n, whole to the power of n. So that's the advantage of the properties. So if you know properties, we can directly apply and we can simplify that one. So we can reduce the number of mathematical calculations. It can be reduced. So now we know that so sum of infinite terms formula we know, that is summation is equal to 0 to infinity. A to the power of n is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus a. We know that one. So let us apply that property here and let us evaluate the summation. So we'll apply x of e to the power of j omega. So this is equal to, here we have 1 by 2 into e to the power of j5. And this one is, we can write as 1 divided by 1 minus e to the power of, so here omega naught and omega is there. We can take minus j common here. So minus j. So I am going to write by taking the common. So omega minus omega naught into alpha. Okay. So for this one plus 1 by 2 into e to the power of minus j5 into 1 divided by 1 minus. So for this term, we can write as e to the power of minus j omega minus omega naught into alpha. Into alpha we can write. Into alpha. So here there is no condition for infinity will not appear, even if omega is equal to omega naught. So this will become 1. So 1 divided by 1 minus alpha will get. So this will not become equal to the infinity. This will not become equal to the infinity. Still the condition will exist. So right. Now can we convert this into the any other term? So here you can see the denominator here also common, the denominator here also common. The remaining term is e to the power of j5, e to the power of minus j5 divided by 2 is there. We can convert this as a cos phi, we can convert, multiply by these terms here because the terms are common here. So therefore we can combine this one as x of e to the power of j omega, we can write as, so e to the power of j theta plus e to the power of minus j theta, these terms are common, we can write that one as, so it is cos phi divided by this term 1 minus e to the power of, so alpha into e to the power of minus j omega minus omega naught. Okay, so this is the solution we got here. This is the solution we got. So right. Any doubts with this one? So I think here there is a small correction is there. So this will not become okay. So I think we can't do this one because here e to the power of plus j omega naught will get here. So here j omega minus omega naught, some correction is there. I think here we'll get plus here, not minus, we'll get plus. So just check it out. So we can't write this one. Sorry, we can't write this. This is omega plus omega naught is there. So where we'll get this one is, I think somewhere we need done the correction. So check it somewhere else.
The e power minus j omega naught, sir.
E to the power of
Minus j omega naught. Above, sir, above.
plus omega naught.
Yes, sir. For the property.
Yeah, so here you can see minus j omega naught minus j omega n is there. So here I missed the minus here. So this will, if you take minus common here, so this will become plus here. So small correction, you can make the correction here. So it is e to the power of minus j omega naught and e to the power of minus j omega n is there. So this will become e to the power of minus j omega naught, e to the power of minus j omega. So take minus j common, it will become omega plus omega naught. So this term will not come. So this is the final answer. Okay, this is the final answer. So I missed minus here. So add the minus here. Add the minus and let us take that answer. Done. So I'll give some problem as a homework here. So similar kind of problems, you can do this as a homework. Okay. So you can take, you can apply the property and you can evaluate the problem directly, or else we can solve it the normal method. So take some problems as a homework here. So problem number 8. So take x of n is equal to 1 by 2 to the power of n plus 2 into u of n. Already this problem I have solved by using the normal method. You can solve by applying the property. And take next one, x of n is equal to minus 1 by 2 to the power of minus n into u of minus n minus 1. So do this property. By applying the properties, you can solve this problem. Okay. So this is about the DTFT. Now I'll go for finding the inverse DTFT of the signals. We'll go for finding the inverse DTFT. So we are going to consider the x of e to the power of j omega will be given, and we are going to find out the corresponding terms, the inverse DTFT we are going to find out. Let us find out the inverse DTFT now. So take the next subheading as inverse DTFT. So for finding the inverse DTFT, we'll go for the partial fraction expansion. So you already know partial fraction expansion. You already did in the Laplace transforms in the network theory in the last semester. Now we'll go for by using the partial fraction, we'll find out the inverse DTFT. So take first one, find the inverse DTFT. Find the inverse DTFT for the following signals. For the following signals. Find the inverse DTFT for the following signals. So here we are going to consider the x of e to the power of j omega. So in the exam, what you will be get is for the continuous time Fourier transform also, they're going to specify find the inverse DTFT. But here based on the omega, which omega you're going to use. So based on that one, you need to decide whether it's belong to the discrete time Fourier transform or whether it belongs to the continuous time Fourier transform. Okay, suppose if it is capital omega, this is capital omega, x of e to the power of j omega, this is capital omega. If it is given, it is assumed that it's a discrete time Fourier transform. If it is a small omega is there, so then you need to assume it is a continuous time Fourier transform. We need to assume here. Okay, so based on that one, you should decide whether it's a DTFT or the continuous time Fourier transform. So take the problem. So it is 1 by 1 minus 1 by 16 into e to the power of minus j omega. Okay, e to the power of minus j2 omega. So it is minus j to omega. So it is 3 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega minus 1 by 1 by 16 into 1 minus into e to the power of minus j to omega. So now we need to express this in terms of the partial fraction expansion so that we can go for the finding the DTFT of this one. So here this is in terms of the 1 minus a square minus b square is there. So a square minus b square is nothing but e to the power of minus j to omega is there. We can express this one as a plus b into a minus b. We can write here a plus b into a minus b. So we can write this one as 1 by 16. The square is the square root of 16 is 1 by 4 will get here. So we can write this. The denominator can be rewritten as so x of e to the power of j omega. So we can rewrite that one as so 3 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. So whole thing divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. This is a minus b into a plus b we can write. That is 1 plus, so here minus, next is a plus b is e to the power of minus j omega. So divided by 4. This is a plus b we can write. So directly we can't simplify this one. So this is minus. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to apply the partial fraction expansion. So then only we can able to solve this one. Otherwise it's difficult to solve. Okay, so now by applying the partial fraction expansion, let us convert this in terms of the a divided by something and b divided by this one. So I'll consider this term I'm going to consider, that is x of e to the power of j omega. So I'm going to rewrite this one as I'm placing equals. I'm going to rewrite this one as so it is a divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. 1 by 1 minus 4 into e to the power of minus j omega plus b divided by 1 plus e to the power of minus j omega whole thing divided by 4. So I'm going to express by applying the partial fraction expansion so that we'll get a divided by this one and b divided by the next term we'll get b divided by the next term. So here in order to find the value for a and b, what shall we do is we are going to cross multiply. We are going to take the LCM. We are going to take the LCM and we are going to cancel the denominator terms and we are left out with the numerator terms only will left out here. So we'll take the LCM. So if we take the LCM, it will become so 3 minus, already you know how to do solve by using the partial fraction expansion. So divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega into 1 plus e to the power of minus j omega divided by 4. So I'm going to take the LCM for these terms. I'm going to take the LCM for these terms. We'll take here take the LCM. So if we take, so it will become so 1 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega into 1 plus e to the power of minus j omega divided by 4. And if you multiply, cross multiply these terms, it will become a into 1 plus e to the power of minus j omega. So whole thing divided by 4 plus b into 1 minus e to the power of minus j omega divided by 4 will get. Now the denominator terms will get cancelled. So these denominator terms will get cancelled. We are left out with the numerator. So it is 3 minus 1 by 4 into e to the power of minus j omega. So this is equal to a into 1 plus e to the power of minus j omega divided by 4 plus b into 1 minus e to the power of minus j omega divided by 4. Now we need to find the value for the a and b. We need to find out, so that we need to find the value for the a and b by substituting the value for the omega, and we'll get the corresponding solution we'll get. So here, if I want to make the term b is equal to 0, so this is it is 1 by 1 minus e to the power minus j omega divided by 4. Okay. If I want to make this term to get cancel each other, so to get cancel each other, here we need to substitute the value for the a and b. So here we need to find out here, and we can evaluate the term here. So here we make 1 minus e to the power of minus j omega. This term we should make it as 0 here. So what we should make is, in order to find the value for this a here, to find the value of a, to find the value of A, what we should do is we should multiply, we should make the coefficient of B is equal to 0. We should make here. The coefficient of B is, it is 1 minus e to the power of minus j omega divided by 4. That we should make it as 0. So if you want to make that as 0, so this terms will implicate, because we are here the exponential omega is there. We will not know what is the value of omega we have to substitute, so that this will become 0. We don't know. So that's why I'm going to simplify. I'm simplifying here. What I am doing is I'm substituting 1 minus e to the power of minus j omega divided by 4 to 0, so that it will become 1 is equal to the e to the power of minus j omega divided by 4. Or else here we need to substitute the value for the omega. So that's why I am doing the simplification. I am finding for what value of omega this will become equal to 0. I am finding here. So if you cross multiply, e to the power of minus j omega should become equal to the 4 here. E to the power of minus j omega, if this is become equal to 4, it will become 1 minus 1 will become equal to the 0. Okay, so 1 minus 1 will become equal to 0. So e to the power of minus j omega, I'm substituting as 4 here. So here also you can see in the LHS part also, e to the power of minus j omega is there. So what I can do is, let us substitute e to the power of minus j omega is equal to the 4 in both LHS and RHS here, and we can get the solution here. You can see e to the power of minus j omega is there here also. Here also e to the power of minus j omega is there. So we'll substitute that one. So you can take let e to the power of minus j omega is equal to 4. You got the solution, right? You understood the steps, right? Any doubts in these steps?
No, sir.
Okay, so since I don't know for what value of omega this will become equal to 0, that's why I want to make this as 0. That's why I'm taking this one and I'm equating to 0, so that if I substitute e to the power of minus j omega is equal to 4, we can able to get the answer. So here also e to the power of j omega is there. Here also is there. Let us do that substitution. Okay, so I can call this as equation number 2. Let us to call here, and you can call this as the equation number 1. You can call this as equation number 1. So this term is equation 1, and this one I'm going to call it as the equation number 2 here. So let in the equation 2, let us make this one. So if you do substitute here, what we will get is, so 3 minus on the LHS part, e to the power of minus j omega is equal to 4 will get here. So it is 4 by 4 is equal to a into 1 plus, in place of e to the power of minus j omega, I'm substituting as 4 divided by 4 plus b into 0 will get here, because these terms will get cancelled. So 3 minus 4 by 4 is nothing but 1. So it will become equal to 2 here. 2 is equal to the a into 1 plus 1 will become 2 here. So this implies the value of a is equal to 1 here. So 4 by 4 is 1. So 1 plus 1 will become 2. So we'll get this answer. Then, so we got the value for a, we got here. We got the value for a. So similarly, let us find out for finding the value for b. So in the value for b here, in order to find out this one, we should make this is equal to 0. So let us substitute e to the power of minus j omega is equal to the minus 4. So this will become equal to 0 here. Okay, so since from the first one I come to know